What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? So, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I was telling him that I can't let you off the hook. And the reason I was telling him that is because he was telling me how hard his situation was. As he was telling me this, I started shaking my head. He stopped and he was like, "Well, why do you keep shaking your head?" And I'm like, "Because you want me to believe that your situations are hard." And he says, "You don't think they are?" So I agreed. I said, "You're right. Your situations are difficult. Downright hard. We can even say that they are oppressive." But my question to him was, haven't you been through worse before? He got quiet. That's my whole thing. I don't mind venting. I don't mind brainstorming. I don't mind us coming up with a solution or coming to a conclusion. But when you're trying to tell me that a situation is going to stop you, that you're going through, and you've prevailed over something harder than this before, that's the problem with a lot of my friends. I won't let them off the hook because I know that they've been through more difficult things than they're facing right now. You've been through something where you didn't know where your next meal was going to come from. You've been through something where you didn't know how much rent, how you were going to pay your rent. You've been through something where you're leaving someplace and you don't know where you're going to go, but you survived those situations. You overcame those circumstances. You prevailed in darkness where there was no light. But now you stand here deathly and afraid, looking at this new challenge and this new monster that has appeared, this new rival that steps onto the stage to challenge you, and you think that this is going to stop you, or you believe this is an excuse to fail. You have made it up in your mind that you're not going to make it any further because this challenge that you're facing is new. Facing new things, overcoming new obstacles, having new challenges and oppressors is very scary. It's downright terrifying, but we cannot let it become paralyzing, especially when we take a moment to look back and we see the mountains we've already climbed, the dragons we've already slain, the monsters that we've already caged, the armies that we've already defeated. We don't look to the past. We don't bask in our prior glories and say, well, I accomplished this and I accomplished that. We're always moving forward. But when it comes time where we need to remind ourselves of our confidence, when we need to reinvigorate that fire, looking to the past can be a very beneficial thing. Reminding yourself that you've had your back against the wall before and you've come off of it. Reminding yourself that your feet have been to the fire before and you've extinguished those flames. Reminding yourself that you've been left alone and still found a way to overcome. These are powerful things. These are powerful reminders. And one way that, and this is the reason why people come to me with these situations, one of the best ways to remind yourself is to have someone that will remind you. And I will always remind you in a very positive way that you can't quit now because you've been through something harder before. You can't accept defeat now because you've overcome dire circumstances before. If you're going through something difficult today, if you're going through something where you don't know if you're going to make it out, how you're going to move forward, remind yourself of the strength that you found in your past victories, where you were at that point where it was do or die. Remind yourself of what you did to survive then and do that same thing now. Dig deep. Let the fire burn as bright as it needs to burn so that you can torment and burn away all challengers who have dared to try to take away that which you seek to obtain. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.